North Korea's nuclear test was met with condemnation coming from South Korea, China, and Japan. China condemned North Korea's nuclear test hours after signs were detected, while Japan responded in around half an hour and quickly held an emergency meeting. Our foreign affairs correspondent Connie Kim has more.
South Korea has strongly condemned North Korea's nuclear test conducted at its Punggye-ri nuclear test site. Calling the test irresponsible and unacceptable, Seoul said the ball is now in North Korea's court, whether to face diplomatic and economic isolation or secure security and economic development through denuclearization. China may be one of the countries most outraged by Pyongyang's sixth and most powerful nuclear test on Sunday, as Beijing has been one of the few calling for dialogue as preferable to tougher sanctions. Beijing expressed a strong condemnation of North Korea's nuclear test and called on Pyongyang to stop provocative acts that worsen the situation on the Korean peninsula. The timing of Sunday's test was a major embarrassment for Chinese President Xi Jinping as he was hosting the BRICS summit meeting, as Pyongyang had ruined China's big celebration it had long prepared for. But nevertheless, at the BRICS summit's opening ceremony, Chinese President Xi called for the pursuit of common interests in the region while recognizing differences and stressed his opposition to trying to solve problems unilaterally, hinting Beijing will continue to call for a peaceful resolution to the tensions. Japan, within striking distance of North Korea, was one of the quickest to respond. Around half an hour later, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, speaking to reporters outside his residence, said there is a great possibility that the regime has conducted a nuclear test and that it'll be unacceptable if this turns out to be true. Abe called for emergency meetings of Japan's National Security Councils, and its Foreign Minister Taro Kono requested an emergency meeting of the United Nations Security Council after the test was confirmed. Trump and Abe, in a phone conversation hours before Pyongyang's nuclear test, had reaffirmed trilateral cooperation among Seoul, Washington, and Tokyo, so it's most likely Beijing could be pressured to stronger sanctions it had refrained from by possibly cutting off oil supplies to Pyongyang. Connie Kim, Arirang News.